Ever want to be the best at arguing in your marriage? You know you do. Today, I teach you how. Welcome to Living Life Strong, where I give you tips on how you can happen to your life instead of your life happening to you. So, you and your spouse disagree on something. And of course, you are right because of course you are always right. And the problem is that we want them to see that we're right. And we'll do whatever we can to make our point, to make sure that they understand fully that we are right. And the real problem is that attitude. Well, listen, we all argue because we all see things differently. We all have different perspectives. We all have different backgrounds, different histories. So the question is, how dogmatic are you about that? And so the truth about marriage is that, listen, we all argue. We all have disagreements, and you're never going to not disagree on something. But the solution is to learn how to argue well. Now, listen, you can have disagreements and still have maturity and respect between you. And so we have to learn how to argue and yet still be respectful of each other. And in order to do that, we have to not assume that we are infallible. We have to apply an open mind, the same open mind that you would hope that your spouse has when you guys don't see eye to eye. And so the big objection that comes is, well, yes, but I'm always right. You know, I don't need to have the same open mind that they should have because I am correct. And with that, I would ask you a few questions. Number one, have you ever been wrong before? If you are a human being, the answer is yes. And so there have been some times when you thought you were right, you were emphatic that you were right, and it turned out you were wrong. And if we can't see that, what that's called is pride. And the Proverbs are very clear. In Proverbs 16:18, it says that pride goes before destruction. Wow. So the moment that you feel like you can't learn anything, you're correct. You are headed for destruction. And also, the other thing is we have to learn to listen while the other person's talking instead of just thinking about what we're going to say next. I mean, you've done it, I've done it, but the truth is that we have to learn to listen. And also, there is a distinct possibility that you both may be right, but it's so hard to see when we've doubled down and dug our heels in, and we're going to be right at all cost. And sometimes, unfortunately, that all cost is our marriage. So be careful with that. James 4:6 actually says that God opposes the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. In other words, he does things for people that don't deserve it when they are humble before him. So, how do you argue? How do you fight? You fight and you argue, but you do it with respect. And that means that you have an open mind that maybe your way is not the only way. Look, you'll never agree on everything, but when you give the other person the respect and the open mind that you want them to give to you, then you can disagree without actually hurting each other. And you also may just learn something that you didn't know before. Have a great marriage and live life strong.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow Living Word on social media. We post content each and every week and you don't want to miss out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and our Instagram, and make sure to turn on notifications for all three so you'll receive the latest news, updates, and content right at your fingertips.